Welcome to the Mukilteo Football Show. My name is Miles. Sunday of week 1 is in the books. And the Buccaneers blow out the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. We got a lot to talk about today. So the shows that we're going to do, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, 3 shows a week for the Mukilteo Football Show. I'm excited for the new format. Sunday shows, we're going to go through Sunday Night Football and then just talk about the day, you know, in an overall sense. I'll give my Sunday best, the putting together a team, quarterback, running back, receiver, defense, the best of the day, then play of the day, then meme of the day. Then on Monday, we'll have winners and losers for this same week. So I'm excited for the new format. Buccaneers just blew out the Cowboys in Dallas, as convincing as the blowout could be. You know, they didn't even really need their all-time Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady to do much, and they still handedly defeated the Cowboys. Kind of funny because this is actually what we expected last week 1 when the Buccaneers and Cowboys kicked off the NFL season with that Thursday night game. The Buccaneers were favored by like 9 or 10 points last year, and then it ended up being this great shootout between Dak and Brady. This time, even though the Cowboys were less on the offensive line, as I said in my Thursday preview, and at their wide receiver position, it's just overall lack of depth. This time, the Buccaneers were only favored by 2.5, and here we get the blowout that we expected last year in week 1. So, total bummer. We'll talk about the Cowboys in a minute because there's some bad news there, but the Buccaneers feeling good. You know, I don't want to call it a juggernaut yet. Like I said, they didn't need much from Brady. Brady did get a touchdown pass to Evans, which was his 27th touchdown pass to Mike Evans. Isn't it amazing that Mike Evans has become part of the Tom Brady story in Brady's 43, 44, and 45 age seasons? I mean, Mike Evans is now up there. So in terms of Brady's wide receivers, so Brady threw 39 touchdowns to Randy Moss, 36 to Edelman, 34 to Wes Welker, now 27 to Mike Evans regular season. And he's got presumably 16 more 2022 games to go with Mike Evans. I mean, Mike Evans could pass up Welker or Edelman very reasonably, only needs 9 touchdowns to do that. That's amazing. It's just amazing. Not catching Gronk, though. Brady to Rob Gronkowski is 90 regular season touchdowns. There was also a deep bomb to Julio Jones. It was a really fun pass, really cool play. But other than that, Brady and the Bucs offense they settled for a lot of field goals in the red zone, and they've got more injuries on the offensive line here. So while the Buccaneers defense, Todd Bowles' team, Levante David, just Antoine Winfield Jr. making some plays, they looked good. I'm not ready to tag the Bucs as juggernaut for 2022. Cowboys, meanwhile, were eliminated. I mean, you hate to overreact to week 1, but we're getting this, Jerry Jones saying Dak will be out a while because Dak got hit in the hand. Hand will need surgery. Mike McCarthy calling a significant injury. I don't know the details yet, but that's not the immediate messaging that you want to hear. It's kind of a cushioning. When you start hearing it right away, I don't know. And all I can say is this for Cowboys fans: Jerry Jones and all of you got exactly what you ordered with Mike McCarthy. This is what he was hated for in Green Bay. This type of crappy offense, old-fashioned thinking, just figuring out ways to avoid blame, basically. McCarthy, we've got all the starters in. We got Zeke Elliott taking a swing pass with 2 minutes to go, down 16 points. Yet, earlier in the fourth quarter, we're punting from midfield. How do those things go together? How is Dak throwing to CeeDee Lamb and Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard late in the game, down 16, and we're also punting from midfield? down 16 early in the fourth quarter. Those things go together because you're trying to avoid blame. That's how I feel. I feel like the NFL coaches do this all the time. It's about perception. They pull the players, that reflects poorly on Mike McCarthy as surrendering. But if they punt on fourth down, they're getting a standing ovation from Phil Simms and Boomer Esiason in the CBS halftime room. But he should have gone for it. He should have taken some onto his shoulders, some risk onto his shoulders, and gone, you're down 16. And he was unwilling to do that. When the spotlight was on him and the risk is on Mike McCarthy, he's not doing it. And that's just disappointing, especially considering some of the amazing coaching from the new coaches that we got that I'll talk about Monday in my winners and losers section. So we got Dallas 10 more times on national TV, everybody. 4 more prime time, and then their usual healthy heaping of number one game of the week on Fox and all that stuff. And they're going to do it without Dak. I don't know how long he'll be gone. I hate to overreact to week 1, but yikes. All right, welcome to the Mukilteo Football Show. This show is football everything. History, legacy, ups and downs of a season. Follow us at MUK_football on Twitter or YouTube or TikTok. Subscribe, share, review on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you get your podcasts. And then we have the show Sunday tonight, after Sunday Night Football. Monday tomorrow after Monday Night Football. So I'm in Seattle here. We're going to be pumped about that one. And Thursday after Thursday Night Football. What a great week 1. What a great day of football. Went up to Squim, got up just ungodly early, took the ferry over, had some breakfast, and then just watched with my dad and brother. Just watching Red Zone. 6 hours went by in a snap while my wife did a 1980s puzzle. Not even glancing at the screen as Pat Mahomes scores 5 touchdowns for her in our Mukilteo Fantasy Football League, which is very TD heavy, very old school. Just doing her puzzle. Pat Mahomes just racking up touchdowns. At first we were thinking we're watching these games and, just talking through. First we're thinking it's kind of a blowout slate for the early morning. But Colts, Texans, Jaguars, Commanders, Saints, Falcons, Browns, Panthers, and of course, Bengals, Steelers. We heated up into this craziness. Even Red Zone couldn't really handle it. Red Zone was still in a little bit off-season mode. We were missing stuff, but overall, man, there was so much excitement to the end of those morning games. And of course, we got Justin Fields and Trey Lance playing in the pouring rain. We got the Eagles-Lions shootout. I mean, just what a morning. And then we had Tennessee, New York for the late game. Raiders-Chargers was also a good game. So maybe the primetime games were duds. Buccaneers blowing out the Cowboys. Bills blowing out the Rams on Thursday. But the Sunday slate, what you wake up for, what it feels like Christmas Day for, was fantastic. So I'm going to go through this segment. I'm going to do all year. It's called Sunday Best. So it's the best. I'm just going to make a team. Quarterback, running back, receiver, defense for this particular Sunday. So this does exclude Thursday night and Monday night games. It's just today. The Sunday best. And then I'll do play of the day and meme of the day because we love the internet here at the Mukilteo Football Show. All right. Sunday best. Quarterback, running back, receiver, defense. I'm going to do this every Sunday. Just a way to kind of absorb the day. A lot of stuff happened. And there's a lot of fun quarterback play today. Lamar Jackson for the Ravens, crushing the Jets. Justin Herbert for the Chargers, making dimes, making throws that just, man. It was a good week. We saw Josh Allen on Thursday, right? This is Sunday best, though. Josh Allen's not eligible. But week 1... the quarterbacking award for week 1 belongs to the same man that it has for 5 years. I don't know. I'll have to fact check that. But Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs always come out hot. And this year, 2022, was no exception. They eviscerated the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. And just watching Pat Mahomes, his arm angles, his ability to make the game look slow. He's kind of out of structure and he's just seeing everything. And he's so accurate with these weird angles. I just never want to take it for granted. We're watching something great. We're getting to enjoy the prime of this player. Enjoy it. Remember it. Because you get bored watching Dan Marino as a kid, right? You're bored what Barry Sanders is on every Sunday. You think that. You think it's Peyton versus Brady every year. Eventually, you do lose it. So just appreciate it. That's kind of one of the goals of the Mukilteo Football Show in general. But Pat Mahomes, 360 yards, 5 touchdowns. And I mean, he really does. So when I said he's kind of always the week one king, his 5 week ones, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, and 22. He started all 5 of those openers for the Kansas City Chiefs. He has 18 touchdowns, no interceptions. 5 games, 18 touchdowns, no interceptions. They always come out hot. Remember that Jacksonville opener that that was a Sammy Watkins game. They had this big breakout game for Tyreek Hill where he had like 3 touchdowns. And I mean, Mahomes crushed the Cleveland Browns last year, week 1, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns. So just does it. The Chiefs September, name a better duo. He even out-fantasied Josh Allen. We had the Josh Allen Jubilee, the exuberant celebration on Thursday. Mahomes actually, in most scoring formats, was a few points ahead of Josh Allen. Okay, running back, Sunday best, Saquon Barkley. This is fun. This was nice. We heard it all offseason, the steady drumbeat, how Saquon looks like himself again. He looks like 2018 rookie, 2,000 scrimmage yard, 18 touchdown guy. And we all finally got to see it for real. The first time I really saw it, that speed on that big sideline run that he had. You just saw how fast he was going and how powerful he was. You're like, oh, there's Saquon Barkley. And then he got huge volume, 18 carries, 164 rushing yards. 6 catches, 30 receiving yards, and it was all second half. And Brian Daboll was yelling at Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones was faltering. God, there was that ugly fade interception that Daniel Jones threw, and they just gave the game to Saquon Barkley. Even the Daniel Jones touchdown at the very end was pure the defense selling out to stop Saquon. And then the 2-point conversion. So they got that Daniel Jones touchdown where they sell out and he gets it in the flat to some rando. That makes it 20-19. The Giants, instead of kicking the extra point to go 20-20, and Dad and Kirk and I were all talking about how many times do you see 3 overtime games with the same score? We were talking about that because Texans, Colts was 20-20, went to overtime. Bengals, Steelers was 20-20, went to overtime. So we're talking about that. And then all of a sudden the Giants offense is trotting onto the field. They're going for the 2-point conversion. I love that call from Brian Daboll. I said it, to my brother and dad. I said, if you're the inferior team, don't kick the extra point. Go for it. And this 2-point conversion was my runner-up play of the day. It's a shovel pass to Barkley, except the timing is off. If you go back and watch that play, the 2-point conversion for the Giants that ended up winning them the game, Daniel Jones doesn't drop back or fake the pass long enough. I don't know exactly what happened. And Barkley gets it on the left hash. And there's 3 Titans in front of him with 1 blocker. And he's about 5 yards away from the goal line. It looks like the thing is stuffed. It looks like the play has been blown up. And the rookie guard does take out 1 Titan, but there's still 2 more. Barkley just he's so low. He gets the angle on them. They just cannot get him. And there's some contact, but just nothing solid. Barkley gets past, and now he's still 5 yards away from the goal line, and he just accelerates, trucks a Titans DB, and gets into the goal line before the other Titans can get there to help. Point is, that play doesn't work without Saquon Barkley specifically. Giants go 21-20, and they hold on later to win. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. All right, wide receiver, Sunday best, Justin Jefferson. No surprise here. Justin Jefferson running free across the field for Kirk Cousins. What happened, Green Bay? Oh my gosh. But 9 catches, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. Could have been more. Could have been more if the game was competitive. Who is this Justin Jefferson guy? We are watching something amazing. Just said about appreciating Pat Mahomes. Justin Jefferson was already the player with the most receiving yards in NFL history in his first 2 seasons. And he starts his 3rd season with this? 184 yards and 2 touchdowns? And I love it. Kirk Cousins, just like Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase. Why stop throwing to him? Kirk Cousins, just keep throwing to him. Use your best players. 11 targets to Justin Jefferson. And like I said, could have been more if the game was close. All right, and then defense for Sunday best, got to be the Steelers. Just swarming, stripping, intercepting Joe Burrow. 5 total turnovers. They were all over the place. They fly into the ball. TJ Watt made a great pick. Minka Fitzpatrick had a pick 6 and the block extra point, which we'll talk about in a minute. We may have seen that for the last time this season, which is sad because TJ Watt goes out with a torn pec. We could read his lips on Red Zone, and now it's mostly confirmed. That's sad and a bummer for me. But this Steelers defense it's amazing they won this game. We're going to talk more about the Bengals Steelers tomorrow. The play of the day is right on the same lines. Play of the day, Sunday best, is Minka Fitzpatrick blocking that extra point by the Bengals after the Chase touchdown with 2 seconds left. This game was insane. And this extra point, I feel, gets lost in the mud. But the game was over. I mean, Pittsburgh had, blown it. They turned him over 5 times. Mitch Trubisky and the Steelers offense couldn't get anything going. And the resiliency of Joe Burrow, the stardom of Jamar Chase, even though T. Higgins is hurt. Jamar Chase actually caught 2 game-winning touchdowns. The first one wasn't reviewed, even though he did score. And then the Bengals got turnover on downs at the 1-yard line. Steelers' great goal line stand. Then the Bengals got another shot at it, got another game-winning touchdown to Jamar Chase, and then this extra point, which should have just won the game, right? We should have just been talking about, wow, it's crazy the Bengals still won this game. Minka Fitzpatrick splits the line. He wasn't the guy lined up the furthest on the outside. He was the second guy in there. He just split right through on that extra point. McPherson's trying to kick it and blocked. That routine extra point, it should have just been over there. Instead, it created way more. The best way I can describe it is this blocked extra point comes at 15 minutes, 11 seconds on the highlight YouTube video from NFL for this game. And the highlight is 19 minutes and 16 seconds long. So we get another 4 minutes of highlights after that. What a game. And this extra point was the big moment. That was the most audible gasp while we were all watching together in Squim today. Just, whoa! Honorable mention to the Saquon Barkley 2-point conversion. All right, and we'll close it with the meme of the day. Let's get some weird music going here. And, well, first of all, I do have to shout out, in one of the great moments that can only happen when you're watching football with other people, my brother predicted a Joe Flacco pick 6 just on a random play we were watching. It was not a pick 6. It was just an interception with a 20-yard return. And I said, so much for your predicting skills. No, that's super funny that it was an interception. Not uncommon with Joe Flacco. Maybe he forgot he wasn't a Raven anymore. But and the other meme that I really liked was Justin Fields' belly sliding into the water of Soldier Field. A good 15 yards of slide in the water. And you can see other Bears in the background, like also taking part in the fun behind him. So that was fun. It's kind of nice to have a Bear moment. Didn't think we were going to get any of those this season. But meme of the day is the Miami fans waddling after Jalen Waddle scored. Please let that catch on. Those guys waddle, like little penguins. Let that catch on. All right, Mukilteo Football Show. We'll be back tomorrow to talk Monday Night Football and the Seahawks' inevitable victory over the Denver Broncos. My name is Miles. Thank you, and a good night.